Okay, anytime for secure time, I'm just like finish up. I want to make sure I save that video so that I want to save. But also, as I go ahead and finish this, people would like try to build a bandwagon, like, I'm going to get this over here, right? But like, so, but a lot of people are saying, like, they'll put a pin in or whatever, they send that people are, like, I don't think people are adults and their kids and stuff, but like, being a kid is not the, like, that's not as cute, like, that's, whatever addition we try to use about why this person is a kid and why somebody else is not a kid or whatever, that stuff is like, being a child or being of a certain age or whatever, that's not just positive, shout out to millennials, okay? But like, that's not it's like, there are people who go to college really, really young, right? Or before the age of 18, they go to college. Sometimes, there are kids who are, screwed by adult stuff, right? So, but I'm not saying it should be, like, you should err on caution, right? If it's in their favor, yes, it's out of protect, but like this, if it's not, and people's not limits up for frauds up and other stuff. Okay, don't get it twisted. People who are screaming, screaming the term, married women. I don't know the last one is, so let's just go, people with children. Okay, we'll go with that one. But like, that's the idea, right? So, just because a person is a certain age, it's not always indicative. It may be generally applicable, right? It may be general, like generally a person who is brown, generally a person who is white, generally a person who is tall, generally a person. It may be general, but then there are exceptions, right? There are exemptions, there are general exceptions, there's specific, there are like protected class exceptions, blah, blah, blah. Like, when I say general exceptions, I mean like if you're like kind of grandfather clause or something like that. It's not exactly how it goes, but that's the idea. Pay over business up to and stuff. Somebody voted 20 years ago, you can vote, that type of thing, okay? But like, so there are in called grandfather clause, but like that's like those are certain types of things that are cool. And so you might be able to exemptions, general exceptions like the class if you're black, if you're like, whatever, religious exemptions, all that stuff. But then there may be specific exemptions just for one person, right? And then trailblazers and all that stuff. People things you've never seen before, better than the first instance and all that type of stuff. Which I think I probably fall in that category each person. So no one should feel bad. If someone like Supreme Gospel being at a high level, but you've never seen a Supreme Gospel being like me, no one should feel bad. It's just a matter of first instance. Okay, every million years, I don't really know some argument though, and stagger voting and blah blah. Okay, like in a sentence. Okay. Because when does a million years start and when does it end? Okay, so I don't know if anybody's making their decisions, okay? And I do know Fetty Wap is a rapper. I mean, I don't know Fetty Wap is, but the artist. I don't know him personally, but the artist, Fetty Wap, I've heard his music. I've also heard Ray Trimmer's music with Sway Lee and Slim Jimmy, or Slim Jimmy and Sway Lee. I have, and like Will Smith and LL Cool J and all this stuff. I've heard all these types of music. And Jodeci, and everything, and Voiceman, and Guy, and because I grew up in the '80s, and Rare Essence, and everything. I saw I went to Rare Essence playing there. I can't even really recall, but when I went to the HBCU weekend at Kingston Venue a long time ago, they were there. And, I'm kind of conservative people, so I may not say everything. Something I really want to say. So it's like the thing, like, what is discipline? What is animalistic nature? Because I'm Sagittarius, and what is the point of evolution and overcoming those things? And if you like, and how much like in risk aversion, right? How much you have to put in? But it's, if you're if you're like. If some people will like risk $1 million to make $1 million or whatever, some people won't. They only risk $1 or whatever. That's how I'm trying to say exactly. But that's the idea. How much can be lost, how much can be won, and all that type of stuff, and when does it become a science or whatever. But also, God is good, and like I've gone through my life and trauma and stuff like that, and it was not because of anything. It was just like whatever. Like but people are at fault, whatever. They should pay permanent injunction, preliminary injunction. I won't apply this to me. Don't apply this to anybody else. Apply only to me when I'm saying this right now. It's a general philosophy or whatever. Do not apply to anybody else. This is not legal advice, medical advice, any other type of advice, okay? I'm just saying. Preliminary injunctions, permanent injunctions. My original thing was just like punishment, payment, permanent injunction. But then I added preliminary injunctions and stayed, right? If nobody knows anything or what's going on, it's not a first instance, everybody should just like everybody's like, stay where they are. No one should be hurt, nothing like that. Everybody just stay where they are. Nobody do anything. Everybody in place of like, just everybody cool. Don't do nothing, right? That's it. Nobody should be paying her none of that stuff. Blah blah. If you make a decision like people with addiction and all that type of stuff, right? As best as can be mitigated, right? Well, and I'm gonna say that, designed to protect people. I'm kind of speaking in sound bites now, okay? So that's it, right? So, but like, and I add the other two, and then to the extent of harm, extent of involvement and condition of part, but then I also added mens rea, right? So that's now we're at 9 people. We're at 9 different factors. And I didn't do all the math on, whether it's conjunctive or disjunctive, right? So if it's like matter of harm, and or I can say this, if it's like permanent injunction and matter of harm put together, and all that, like how many different combinations can you do? Can you get with 9 factors or 9 variables, right? Because it's not 9 times 9, it's 9 to the 9th power, I would presume, right? To know how many, like, and they want me to sit here, like, and like figure everything out, and I already put in the record reading the will to tell people why, like, this is the U.S. or the United States or whatever, or, I don't know who he is, and that's a blah, 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 or whatever. I am probably saying those words in the past, or whatever that was, or whatever, or America, or whatever, or the West, whatever you want to say. Because I don't know every language in every jurisdiction, and apparently people want me to learn, like, every language, like, just how Babel and shit, okay? You know what's going on with that. And that's you don't know how to speak all languages at the right time to the right thing, blah, blah, then, like, something's going to happen back. No, that was a lie. I ain't dumb. Everybody has families, or I would assume people have families and friends and, networks and online and stuff, and I'm sure they're not helping that thing, every fucking thing and every fucking time. They say, well, I just pay money, blah, blah, blah. And we say that because everybody think they can take my money. Then they say, well, that's the only reason you run kids, you gotta pay money. That was like, I don't know what it is. But, that's how you want it, people, and that's great. You don't know if you're able to, too many different business. It's no jurisdiction, I may say here and there, but that does not mean, that's not what I believe. You don't know what I believe, people. And it's going to be hard to know what I believe unless you, meet me and speak to me on a regular basis. That's it. A lot of guys may or may not, no female knows me. Guys, you know there's no females, okay? How's the regard to each of them? And I get it, like, people want, like, votes, and today's come out to take care of. That's a little bit different. But on the other day, like, what's the vote? We're voting on this vote, that's positive regard, because I don't think I'm signed up, like, I'm not signed up for something, like, you're not voting on it. Like, and people in the United States, yeah, they voting on stuff, blah, blah, but everybody in the United States, still now time like, it's not applicable to everybody, except, like I say, exceptions, except general exceptions, other exceptions. I don't mean criminal shit like people do. That's absurd violations. That was like, and I don't know what it is. And matter of fact, blah, blah. And now everybody's like, one thing, you're giving the game away, like, people can keep up and blah, 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 because, it's just to check people. Because I've been hearing stuff my entire life. Most people interpretation, like, what is the equivalent of 8 years of college, of university? I'm not doing school over and over again, getting off track. I'm just ridiculous people, okay? I don't know what I'm saying is. I'm just saying, like, what is the equivalent of 8 years? And people saying, what experience? So over 40 years. They're like, 40 years experience of truth, you have 40 years experience of trust, or whatever. Okay, so which way is that tell people? Because whatever way you cut it, reading a 1,000-page book of, and I did that, of property, and I was in pain at the same time, because in my life, for a minute of time, had, like, you said, I'll be there, you took me up, we went to the hospital, watched the hospital, blah, blah, and I don't really know what's going on. Anyway, the doctor told him something, he did not tell me, I really don't know, I'm a grown ass woman, but he didn't tell me, he said, I don't know what you're, I'm not really sure, but the way he looked in his face, I just said, put a pin there, I'm not really sure, okay, that's how I did. Because apparently I'm Eve, and, they cursed, there was like the curse of the earth, like for the guys to till the land. I didn't even know anything about my middle name until like a couple of years ago, whatever, recently. But like a long time ago, I was born with everything I need to tell people. So if I didn't know what was going on, people try to take credit for like some devil's line. And to say I can protect myself, it's technically God will do it for me. That's it. It's not that I cannot protect myself, but it's very important to build in check. Because don't be fucking ridiculous people. I'm immortal and stuff. There's nobody know everything I know. So people should not ask me to say everything I know all the time. And everybody, I'm sure everybody's keeping that. Who needs to keep up in proper regard? We just got to do. Anyway, I don't know what he did. So, there's little chance. Nobody in my family, or my hair or whatever, people out loud, guys out loud, stuff. And I'm not paranoid. And, like, all that's paranoid shit, and I'm not, even in laws and jurisdiction, blah, 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 I get it. But, like, it would be absurd to be in an organized society where, people have the most strident or, like, most divergent or, like, the worst possible conflict, but they're going to hold people accountable for those conflicts that cannot be mitigated or whatever, blah, 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 or cannot be controlled or managed or screened or any of that type of stuff. So it's like impossible. Like people set up impossible games and shit like, and they said, well, you have to be an architect and blah, 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 and try to work with that was a lie. All you know is my losing some help, and that's it. And so, like, if everybody else, I'm saying, everybody else has to, like, explain it, like, we're going to trial and everything with me, and I'm just saying, if the Truth and Reconciliation Trial was South Africa, I read it. So that property book was 1,000 pages, people. So, Truth or Trust, what's the equivalent of reading a 1,000-page property book? If whatever the equivalent is in trust, then, that's it. So, but I read a 1,000-page book in Truth. So, assuming, like, if I access trust at this time, blah, 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 like, well, if I access truth, whatever your trust is, everybody's trust may not be the same, but you have to do the equivalent of a 1,000-page property book while you're in pain. I'm not going to call it labor pains, but while you're in pain, I'm ready to do my cycle or whatever, okay? Sorry, you can get a little, cramps or whatever. or whatever. I'm not saying I had a miscarriage, you know, somebody says it was cramps, okay? Okay, I was working, whatever. I don't know if we do blah, blah, blah. I don't know if you know that it's what I did, not her first. I don't say it. Zero sum. I don't know about nothing. Because my creative product, just like everybody, if they have it's buying more, it's more valuable, greater value. And I wrote all my books. I have at least 12 or 13 books. I'm ready for my modeling. Everything I've done, I own a business, you know, all the things that I've done. I've created, I've started dance groups and I organized events and, you know, so, and I'm giving book talks and you know, I've had many jobs and, you know, I've created things just one for one. That's it. I cook and I clean and I'm creative and I rap and sing and dance and I don't really act or whatever. I don't want to say rap or dance or sing. I mean, not I dance, or I don't want to say rap or sing. I don't know if I ever like pay for dance. I don't really think so, but you know, I'm an artist, whatever. So I've done a lot of creative things objectively in my individual capacity, not just under the structure of bureaucracy in my business, all this type of stuff. Okay, I've created. That's it. That's all you need to know. And my books are on Amazon, people. So I have enough data points, like to say I've created. And you know, because I created all this. Again, I point to the lens because personal decision is so, and I mean, this is not the first. The world, the earth is very old. So I don't like think people all the thing all the time like right now. I know bad person, this is blah blah. But like, why would I feel guilty or why would I'm not cold or callous. You know, just screen them off. Whatever the built-in check is, the built-in check for my guys. If they're trying to say something about it's never run. No, that was I ain't dumb. And apparently other females think that they got it on lock and shit. No, I'm not, you know, I don't know what I'm saying is, I'm just saying. It's ridiculous to think that like I'm the only person in the world who's like really smart, but apparently it's also really dumb. I ain't dumb, okay? Or I'm not dumb or whatever. That's it. Everybody else like saying, well, I'm smarter than you, and I know everything about you know. That was a lie. I ain't dumb. Like everybody was getting it wrong for 40 years, so what's wrong with that? It's not really shit, but like, why would I be tragedy and shit and then die and shit? Don't be ridiculous. We don't know what he is. So that's it. Like, I'm not dumb, but if a man loves me, he wants to stay in my jurisdiction, I'll do a check. So that's what the grandpa calling and stuff. Okay, because sometimes like you have brothers in your family, then you might know a little bit more about but you still probably gotta study about study too, I study a little bit. Okay, that's it. Okay, I'm attorney in my family, I don't know if blah blah. That's it. Okay. Y'all know at least I don't know. A couple cousins, at least 4 cousins, some about marriage, you know, uncles and uncles and blah blah, you know. About the family, blah, blah, and you know, my immediate family, Washington, D.C. You know, that's the way it works. My immediate family from D.C., if you come over here, whatever, Washington, D.C., Washington, whatever you want to say, right? That's it. Apparently, I was in Chicago when I was a kid. I didn't even know it. I was in Chicago when I was a kid, and I don't recall. My fam, or whatever, you know, said to me, I said, you know you were in Chicago when you were a kid? No, I did not know. That's right, I didn't know. And I said, my dad apparently was, if he was my dad, he was, you know, we got married, whatever. I don't know if we got anybody legitimized, you know, I'm just saying. You know, we got married and divorced or whatever, so I guess, you know, the Cinderella story, you know, stuff here, blah, blah, I don't know, whatever, blah, blah, now I feel like y'all there, okay? I don't know if it is. But like, so that's it, people. I just want to say that, like, in Cancer, 0, 0. You have a mother, you also have a father, okay? So it's Cancer, everybody has their own DNA, their own genetics, I don't want nobody nothing. That's it, okay? I made my contribution. I don't know if pussy because apparently, you know, you contribute a man. Because like, you have to date a man. So what man you contribute for us today, blah, blah, blah. But they get to do it. So I said, that was a lie. I don't know what CD is. And apparently, you know, they said one for one, you know, well, I didn't. Okay, you have children. I don't. That's it. So you don't know what it is to be 40 and don't have kids. And, you know, I don't know what it's for to have kids. Assuming arguendo, I have spiritual children and all that stuff. And I'm even. I create the world and I destroy it every day. And I'm getting blah, blah, blah. And like, spring off your bed. Then I guess I'm just, you know, I don't have to be my is. And I'm not meant to be judged on stuff. But, you know, assuming arguendo. If people want to people want to use it against me and stuff, you know, I don't see this, blah, blah. I have no reason to be mad. And even so, I'm emotionally healthy, okay? I have the rawest deal, but the most emotionally healthy. So, which way is that cut me? I must put a lot of work in to overcome trauma and stuff. Assuming it was trauma. Okay, I don't see this. And then if I answer that versus, you know, like, you know, people who like, really, like, it's like, I figure out like Brandy and Ray J, Ray J and Brandy and blah, blah, blah. Okay? I don't see this. And Brandy and Monica and stuff. Okay? So, I don't know who it is. And like, you know, this. Like I said, Chris Ron, Trey Songz, you know, Always Alcina, Bryson Tiller, all of those and stuff, all those CDs. Positive art, and like I said, there's also like Blackstreet and 112 and Tank, and you know, Music Soul Child, and Eric Benet, and all of their mates and stuff, and entertainers and actors and stuff. Okay, so, no. So anyway, I just want to say that, and they're people who may date or spouses or whatever, I don't know, CDs, blah, blah, blah. Apparently I'm the only woman, and like I create all the kids. I mean, you know, I'm God, whatever, I'm seeing it, and like all the females in the world, surrogates. I'm just joking, people, right? And so, like, all their kids, so I'm arguing though, you know, And then how does that work? Because all the kids are related. So I guess the church is brothers and sisters, right? Everybody's brothers and sisters. So I mean, and you know, it's easier to get a degree or have a child because a child is like natural thing. So it must like it's easier to have a child than like the person must not have earned any degrees because if you can't have a child, they don't have to do anything else. But if I have some degrees and it's retroactive, I mean, maybe I probably could have a child, right? Because what people in the Bible, I don't know if it's bitches. Apparently, I'm Eve, I'm Esther, I'm Elizabeth, I'm Rachel, I'm all those people in the Bible. Okay, I don't know what city it is. And you know what I'm telling you. And why didn't I know all this before? Because apparently, I'm also a 40-year-old virgin who was like, you know, I don't really know. The social work license, I don't know what it is. But that's it, people. So, you know, I could be mad and all that stuff. I'm not. I don't know what the thing is. But that's it. And sometimes emotions are appropriate. I don't want to say emo, but like, you know, anger helps you get to whatever. Well, being mad helps you get to where you need to go. And if the person seems to be something, it doesn't mean that's reckless. It doesn't mean any of that. Like, you know, some shit is like dance is not really reckless or chaotic, but it seems that way. It seems like that. So you can't really prosecute dance. I don't see you. My birth card, I really just come manifestation, you know, everything. You know, whatever goes on, you know, that's it. I don't know what you don't have anything mad. It's not gonna affect how I feel about myself. I'm smart. That's it. I forgot the curve. That's it. I'm genius. I'm smart as doing it around. Okay. Everybody should believe what they want to believe, but I have enough data points that I can probably like, you know, prove it. Top 50%, you know, say have the rules, 50% is female, 50% is male, and I'm in top 50%, that means assume the bottom 50% are all females. Okay, I don't know, I'm just saying people, you know, some argument though, okay? I don't want you to be jealous or like, that's not other people are mad, blah, blah, blah. It's not some argument. Like, I'm not taking over the world in that regard. It's not picking the brain, people. You know, I'm just saying. You know, Yale says, like, what's the point in, like, you know, playing the beta position? Like, I'm not really sure. It's not intellectual exercise in that regard. I do have data points. So I probably could, but, you know, I'm responsible. You know, I'm a responsible woman. I'm responsible for all this stuff. So, you know, I've always been, you know, and my street guys don't have a problem. No issues are required or control. It doesn't really matter. I'm the same way, you know. You don't live in Washington, D.C. I feel something I don't know what to do and all this stuff. You know? That's it. Or a major city, whatever city you're from. And, like, everybody has different, you know, talk street cred from suburbs, you're from the, you know, from wherever, you know, other places, you know, foreign, alien, whatever. And I do have to get my passport, people on those people. And, you know, please, this is not DSM 4 time. Don't die, no paranoia. This is like music, it's like improvisation and free flow and free verse and like, I forget what it's called. Like, I think I forget what it's called. It keeps coming to me. Like when you're writing something, I have an English degree. And so, when you write in like kind of free flowing, but it's not called free flowing, it has to come back to me, it will. And so that's it. So, Mike Will May, okay, 1738. So that's it. So it's like, you know, how did you in the first place? And, you know, stuff, you know, a lot of things going, blah, blah, blah. And into my game early, you know, 20 years ago, you know, at least, you know, whatever. Into my game early and blah, 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 blah. And that's it, okay? And, you know, and if I don't know, why didn't I know? If I'm not being punished or whatever, and I don't know, why didn't I know? And I'm not, and then I'm not like, it's not like I like prodigal daughter or whatever, like do it all up for love. Probably, you know, if I did, then, you know, whatever. But people are like, you know, it's a whole lot of stuff. Well, this person is, I'm not selfish or anything like that. But people make different decisions. Apparently, selfish means like people gonna get what they want. I know, figured this out a long time ago. So they're gonna try to call me something because they can't, you know, can't get a dollar out of me and turn up stuff, right? And I don't know if I'm bitches, none of that stuff. Because apparently, you know, people try to give me my money back in loans and, you know, whatever experience, blah, blah, so I really don't know the deal. Because apparently you can do a lot of stuff, like, you know, there's bankruptcy, there's a whole lot of stuff. There's student loans, there's discharge. And then there's also trust, right? So apparently, there are people who is like that, it's really, they just mean they are like, I see trillionaires and stuff, and they're like, no, giving away, blah, 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 giving me something, I don't see that over. Anyway, so a lot of these people, so I'm just saying, when you're just being a kid is not dispositive about whether or not you've been married, our marriage material, whether or not you're wealthy, or any of that type of stuff. I don't know about no females. Males and females are different. I'm putting females on the side. This is my philosophy. This I answer that you want to so okay, this is my philosophy. This is it. Okay. I don't know over on the side. So I don't need help with none of that stuff. And best case scenario is 0 sum, but I put enough into the world, enough creativity into the world, and trust and do whatever you want to do to say that people owe me money. So like, but if I'm not prosecuted or not required or whatever, that's the like, it's like no good deed goes unpunished people. Honestly, I have enough data points and their objective standards, like in their written document. I've been on TV, I've been on radio, I've been in the newspaper, I've been in fashion shows. You know, it's everywhere, right? But I'm not famous. I'm not saying that. Probably people don't know who Michael Jackson is. Or somebody who's the most famous person in the world. Okay, I'm not saying I'm famous. You know, I don't know what I get a little bit idea of it, but I'm not saying any of that, okay? That's what I'm saying. Put a pin in people. Not giving any type of advice, it's just my own personal thing. So, God is good, right? So, God, built-in check, and so God, for whatever, I'm just going to pray to heaven. In my traditional understanding, I'm saying that I'm conservative, and I don't know that over that's it, okay? We're not concerned about any of that. My bar card will manifest in real life. I know because I'm an experienced attorney, pending licensure, lawyer, attorney, I know that's not really my issue. I know I'm smart. That's it. I know I can dance. I know I can model, and I also work out a lot. I don't know if you do, whatever. So marketing and advertising. So anyway, that's all you guys say. And if some guys just married to is all that matters, that's it. Married to, many call spectrum attractive, right? And I don't know if fuck with and that type of stuff. It's not about perfection and stuff, but sometimes, different things are possible, different things are the exception to the rule. So I don't know what it is, I don't know what it is. And yeah. So I'll talk to y'all later, and I'm gonna end it here. Even though it's something I want to say, I'm gonna end it here.